Hey everyone, Shabby here and welcome back to our next incarnation of the New Japan Pro Wrestling Universe mode. It's just finished, but again it restarts as part of our brand new one. We're keeping the same champions and we're going to start afresh. And we are starting things off with a bang with one of my favourite matches from New Japan history, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, nothing to this match, it is solely just for giggles, but tonight we do have some important matches. Our main event this evening will be a best 2 out of 3 falls match between Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada. The winner will go on to our Dominion pay-per-view to take on Minoru Suzuki for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Also, tonight in our second match after this one, we're going to have a Junior Heavyweight Championship match. El Desperado is going to defend his belt against Kushida, Ricochet, and Will Ospreay in a fatal 4-way elimination match. So some big ones for you tonight. Should be a very interesting show. We're going to be working towards Dominion, which is going to be the 4th and final pay-per-view. So essentially what it's going to be is it's going to be a 4-week rotation. So AEW's pay-per-views this weekend. TNA's is tomorrow. Sorry. Let's start that again. AEW's pay-per-view is this weekend. Impact Wrestling is next weekend. Ring of Honor is the next weekend. New Japan is the next weekend. And then we go on to AEW again, Impact again, Ring of Honor, New Japan. Now we might have joint shows for New Japan and Ring of Honor at some point. We'll do some of them sort of lines, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We might do, I don't know, back-to-back pay-per-views for them or some of them sort of lines. We'll figure it out as we go along. But they should be pretty good. So the reason why I picked Ring of Honor to... Not Ring of Honor. The reason why I picked New Japan to go the longest is because we've just finished the season and we're straight on to the next. So all the champions that were in place from the end of the last season will continue. The only difference will be, like we mentioned in Ring of Honor last night, we are keeping the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. We're dropping the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships, mainly because it only allows you to have so many belts per show and one over. So I thought I'd drop that one as the least important one. And to apologise to best friends who are currently champions, we're going to give them a shot at War Machine at Dominion for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. So, Desperado is still the Junior Heavyweight Champion up until our next match, potentially. Adam Page, or Hangman Page, is still the United States Champion. Chris Jericho is still our Intercontinental Champion. And Minoru Suzuki is still the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Interesting thing will be as well, of course, AEW All In this weekend on Sunday. Our first AEW pay-per-view. Oh, referee, well done, just stand right in the way. Will be Hangman Page versus Jericho for the AEW Championship. Meaning that one of the New Japan champions is going to be carrying 2 belts for a bit. It'll be pretty interesting. There's Nakamura now up on the top. This is a bit crazy here by Nakamura. Not quite sure what he's planning here on AJ Styles. Nakamura, that was a disaster. Absolute disaster. Surely the game should know, like, I'm not going to get there. You think it'd be smart enough to know that it's not going to be able to get there, but hey ho, it still went for it, and either way, Nakamura's going to suffer the punishment for that. Both guys back in the ring now, both guys on the apron, both guys on the outside. It's getting a bit messy, this match, isn't it, really? Oh, Nakamura's spinning kicks. And it is a bit of a messy one here from 2K and Ukes, but we're back in control now with Shinsuke Nakamura forcing a boot into the face of AJ Styles. A boot in the gut as well. Shinsuke now dragging AJ out and dropping him with the powerbomb. Nakamura bringing AJ back up once again. Looking for... Oh, it's a front suplex. And AJ's ankles caught the ropes, which is very, very painful. Of course, they are woven steel, remember. They're deceptive because of the way that they're springy and the way you spring in and out of the ring, but they are very deceptively hard. There's the rip-in from the Kinshasa. Not enough, though. The Bomai. Not enough for Nakamura to pick up the victory as of yet. That's interesting. You've got a guy in the front row there wearing a Breeze Dango t-shirt. That's interesting. Not quite sure we'll ever see Breeze Dango in New Japan. That's the interesting thing, is trying to find places for some of these people. Like I said, people will get jobs elsewhere. We've seen Nakamura and AJ Styles make their way back to New Japan, as well as Red Dragon, Adam Cole, Mike Kanellis. Of course, John Moxley's here and Cody's here. They'll be fighting for the #1 contendership for the United States Championship in a few episodes' time. Daniel Bryan has returned to New Japan. He'll be facing off against Hideo Itami in a few episodes' time as well. So a lot of cool stuff going on. As an attempt at Phenomenal Forearm, this game's gone crazy with their airborne attacks this match, isn't it? It's not worked at all. It's been a disaster so far. I don't know if that counts as AJ missing, or does that count as there's that used up AJ's finisher? I don't think he's used it up, because he hooks the arms of Shinsuke and drops him in the Styles Clash, rolls him over, hooks the legs, looking for the pin. And AJ's got it. Okay. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. I thought Shinsuke was dominating the early part of that match, but AJ has pulled it back and pulled the victory out of the hands of defeat and gets a win over Shinsuke. That's a big, big momentum boost, that is, for AJ Styles. Of course, he lost in a match on Impact a couple of days ago, a tag team match alongside Samoa Joe against SCU. I think it was Kazarian pinning AJ Styles, so AJ did need this momentum boost, especially because he is fighting for the Impact Heavyweight Championship next weekend, Unbreakable against Joe and Christopher Daniels. So a lot of cool stuff going on here. I'm sure AJ now is going to start to build up some momentum. The problem we're going to have with the New Japan pay-per-views is, because we're having 5 matches per pay-per-view, and because we've got 5 championships, it seems like we've got 6 championships, haven't we, actually? Never open weight. Okay. I think New Japan pay-per-views are going to have to be longer, aren't they? They're going to have to be 7 matches long, New Japan pay-per-views. I was trying to stay a bit more consistent. I have 5 matches, but it looks like there's this 7-match pay-per-view because we've got the Never Openweight belt as well. So it means we'll have 6 championships defended and 1 non-championship match. They're going to be crazy pay-per-views, aren't the New Japan ones? Here we go, and that's what it's for, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Fatal 4-way. Elimination match as well. The referee holds the belt up high, that's what it's for. So it's going to be an interesting one, like we said. We've got Kushida. We've got Ricochet. We've got Will Ospreay. And of course your champion El Desperado, who won the belt a while ago now, actually. He won the belt during our Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. And then he successfully retained it at our final pay-per-view as well of our previous Universe medal. I was surprised he retained it. Actually, he did incredibly well, Desperado, but now I feel a bit harsh. I feel like we're stacking the odds against him, but to be honest, I wanted to make big to start off this Universe Mona for AJ versus Nakamura. Yes, a championship match. Yes, Omega versus Okada, best 2 out of 3 falls. Yes, it was always going to be, hopefully, a massive episode that was going to drag you guys in and keep you around for the long term. Which, if you are this far and you're not already, then please do subscribe. And of course, hit that like button as well. It does really help me out. It makes the... to explain why it helps me out, it makes the video easier for other people to find. The way that YouTube's algorithm works is the more views and the more interactions, for example, likes and comments, the more likely the video is to be put in suggested boxes for other people. So that's the reason why. So obviously, if you like it, just helps grow the channel. I'm not going to force you though. If you don't like it, then don't like it, you know. But if you've got this far, then chances are you are hopefully partly enjoying it. Either that or your mouse is broken, you're unable to click off, which is a terrible thing. I've done that in the past, you know. That's my excuse, isn't it? If someone walks in, you watch them on YouTube, it's like, no, the mouse is not working. I'm not really watching this. I'm not really watching the backstage scenes of Total Bellas. My mouse is just broken. You know, we've all been there before. Anyway, fatal 4-way elimination. Ospreay and Kushida inside the ring. Desperado and Ricochet on the outside. Everyone fighting for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Now, interesting to see where these people are going to work. Kushida at the moment is down as just New Japan. Ricochet, I feel like I'm going to get a bit of hate for this, but Ricochet will be working New Japan. He'll also be working Lucha Underground, but he'll be working as Ricochet, not as Prince Puma. Now, reason behind this is that I haven't got enough logos to download Prince Puma as well, so I just thought that, you know, Ricochet is a big name. Surely Lucha Underground could do with that big name star power. So we are going to be sticking with Ricochet rather than Prince Puma. I wish I could download Prince Puma, but without deleting other wrestlers, I can't, really. So that's the reason behind that one. Will Ospreay at the moment is just down as New Japan as well. However, I feel like Will Ospreay might work a little bit of Ring of Honor. I believe was he Ring of Honor TV champion at one point? I'm not sure, but I think Ospreay works from Ring of Honor. And potentially, I'm not sure, potentially Ospreay could work a little bit of AEW. Or Ospreay will be working some Progress as well. Progress is next weekend. Will be our first Progress shows. So keep an eye out for that. Progress, if you don't know, is a English company. It's one of the biggest companies in English wrestling. So, of course, it will be a very British-based roster. However, they do always have a few names they bring across from America, just sort of the big import names. As you do in a lot of American companies, well, some of the smaller American companies always have those few big names to try and draw the crowds in. Nice shooting star press there by Ospreay on Ricochet. Ospreay now dropping a boot into the face of Ricochet as Kushida just taking down Desperado on the outside. Nice drop kick to the head there by Ospreay on Ricochet. Now stalking him once again. And there's that. No, he's looking for that float over DDT. Ricochet fighting back out with the elbow in the gut. And a nice neck breaker there by Ospreay. I wonder if Ospreay could work a bit of Lucha Underground, you know. I mean, he's not really a lucha, don't get me wrong, but I feel like he has the style. I feel like Lucha Underground should be treated like a combination of ECW and 205 Live. It's the way I've always seen it. So we're going to have some hardcore-based wrestling. We're going to have some high-flying based wrestling. That's the idea of Lucha Underground. Nice jawbreaker here by Ricochet, then into that step-up boot to the face. So yeah, we've got some big things coming for you, and just to answer a few questions, yes, Jon Moxley is part of our New Japan roster, as is Hideo Itami, or Kenta if you will. Other returnees from WWE, as I said before, Adam Cole, Red Dragon, Mike Kanellis, Shinsuke and AJ Styles obviously as well. Daniel Bryan, I think I mentioned already, War Machine. We'll also have TM61 joining the New Japan roster. So we've got a lot of interesting people joining. I feel like Brock Lesnar will become a permanent fixture, but not permanent, if that makes sense. You know, he'll just float in, and a bit like he does with WWE. He'll float in and out whenever we need him. When we need something different just to change things up a bit, we'll float him in and out. We've got some good stuff coming up for you. Nice suplex powerbomb there by Ricochet on Ospreay, as Kushida and Desperado come back into the ring. Ricochet now with a front chancery on Kushida, takes him up. Sit out scoop slam. Ricochet going the longest possible way to get up to the top rope, and the referee blocked him off, so Ricochet's not going to get a chance now to do what he wants to do, I don't think, but he's going to go, yes! He went for the jumping Hurricanrana from the top rope. But now Desperado, the champion, steps up to him, and Ricochet catches him with that boot right to the face. Ospreay back in the ring now. Ricochet not paying attention. You've got to have eyes in the back of your head in a match like this. Kushida now catching Ospreay. Takes him up. There's the Fisherman's Brainbuster. Hooks the leg. And we have our first... No! Ref, your hand hit the mat 3 times and I saw it. I'm sure the ref's hand hit the mat 3 times then. I really did. But either way, Ospreay kicks out and he still stays in this match. Kushida then taking down Desperado. Kushida in firm control of this match at this point in time. There's a running forearm, followed by another. Ducks the clothesline into a Pele kick as well. Ospreay, though, catching Kushida. Drags him along now. Draping him across the ropes as Ricochet heads up top in the background. Ricochet, big frog splash, feeling froggy on Desperado. 1, 2, and 3. Desperado's out. We're going to have a brand new champion. Wow. This is a great way to start off the universe mode. This brand new champion. Ricochet there with a hammer DDT. I forgot what that was called there for a second. Now Ricochet, what's he going for here? Is he going to go for the 630 senton, or is he just going to hang around for a bit? Yeah, he just hung around for a bit and waited for... That was a bit dodgy, that was. He waited for him to move before going for it. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Kushida now locking in the Kimura lock, taking Ricochet down, but Ospreay breaks it. That's interesting. Why is Ospreay broken the submission in an elimination match? It hasn't mattered because Ricochet's been pinned. We're down to Ospreay and Kushida. One of these two guys is going to be the new junior heavyweight champion here in New Japan. Ospreay wearing the crimson mask, taking Kushida up into that 1916, that inverted suplex. There's a trip there by Kushida. Now bringing Ospreay back up, but Ospreay playing possum, catched him with the jawbreaker into a drop kick. I tell you what, Okada ruined drop kicks for me. He really ruined them, because every time I see a drop kick now, I just think, well, it's not as good as Okada's, is it? Okada's drop kick is a thing of beauty. It really is. The man's an absolute beast when it comes to a drop kick. Other people need to pull their finger out and start drop kicking better. Kushida there dropping a boot on the back of Ospreay. Now Kushida stalking Ospreay. Kushida went for that big right hand, but Ospreay saw it coming. Ospreay now dumping Kushida to the outside. Finally, in the Junior Heavyweight Championship match, we're going to see some air. Ospreay into the Tornado DDT. Lovely jabbly. Can't beat a great Tornado DDT to the outside, can you? Of course, no countouts, no disqualifications. Oh, there is disqualification, actually. No countouts in this one. What Ospreay's trying here. He just draped Kushida up against the barrier. Hit him with a few right hands, then Kushida returning the favour, sending Ospreay into the ring steps. Kushida sending Ospreay back into the ring. Dropping an elbow right in the face. Remember, like I said, Ospreay is wearing that crimson mask, the liquid energy running from the skull of Will Ospreay. The longer this match goes, the more you feel it's going to favour Kushida because of that. Especially if he keeps continuing those strikes like that. He's just going to open the wound even further. Ospreay taking Kushida down. Ospreay now grabbing Kushida, now sending him face first into the turnbuckle, over and over again. I'm going to take everyone's word for that was 10. I didn't count it myself, but I'm going to assume it was. Nice trip there by Kushida, dropping Ospreay face first into the middle of the ring, bringing Ospreay back up, but Ospreay again playing possum, catching him with the elbow in the gut, then into those tornado head scissors takedown. Ospreay now front chance, grabbing a hold of Kushida, drags him along, drapes him up against the ropes. Ospreay springboard back cutter, which I forgot I probably should be taken away from Ospreay. Someone did mention it. Please let me know in the comment section once again, because someone did mention the previous universe mode. That's no longer his finisher maneuver. That is, of course, one of Jay Lethal's ones, and it is. No, I thought that was it. I really thought that was it. I thought Will Ospreay was going to be our brand new junior heavyweight champion. I don't know why I had tag team my head there for some reason. It's not, is it? It's just singles. Ospreay now up on top. Stalking as Kushida slowly gets back up to his feet. Ospreay. Ooh. I think he was going for some sort of jumping tornado DDT or some DDT style move, and Kushida was able to avoid it. Kushida now backing away as Ospreay slowly gets back up to his feet. Kushida slowly stalking Ospreay before just wiping him out with that kick right to the side of the head. The knockout blow. There's the pin. 1, 2. No. Ospreay still able to kick out, and a big boot to the spine of Ospreay, as well as now Kushida stalking once again. Maybe thinking Kimura. He has the arm hooked. But Ospreay with a strong forearm fighting herself away. Into that 1916. Ospreay now bringing Kushida back up to his feet. What a match is between these two. It's been fantastic between these two. Both guys desperate to crown this first episode in the series, becoming the junior heavyweight champion. Springboard cutter once again by Ospreay. Will this be enough? 1, 2, and no, again. It's a kick out by Kushida. Oh my god, I'm so excited my brain stopped working. Ospreay up top now. Inverted 450. Doesn't go for the pin though. Tries to bring Kushida up. Kushida reversing. Looking for the kick to the head. Ospreay caught him. There's the uppercut. Ospreay now springing Kushida over the top. Dropping him to the outside. And Ospreay, I think, just looking for a breather, to be honest with you. Nope. Maybe Ospreay's going crazy. Heads up to the top once again. What is Ospreay even thinking here? I don't think it's going to be good either way. Oh! Holy crap. Ospreay just caught Kushida in a DDT onto the outside. And I think Kushida is now also wearing that crimson mask. Ospreay once again going back to this barrier. He's loving this barricade in this match. There's a couple of times now he's tried to actively take Kushida over towards it. And again, just slamming the head of Kushida off that barricade. And say Kushida is definitely wearing that crimson mask. And Ospreay is slowly just working that wound further and further open with those strikes to the barricade. And also that big forearm to the face as well. And Kushida looking to return the favor with those strong forearms. And you see Ospreay shaken by every single one of those, sending Kushida back into the ring. Ospreay just taking a couple of seconds to try and catch his breath. Slowly climbs back. Oh, say slowly climbs back up. He flew back up to the top there. Looking for the elbow. Kushida able to avoid it. Now catching Ospreay back of the neck. Into the corner he goes. Kushida sending Ospreay into the far side. Follows it up with a drop kick in the corner. Oh! Into a second drop kick in the corner as well. Brutality there by Kushida. Once again, backing away into the corner. And there's that strong right hand. And that could be Will Ospreay out for the count. Boom! Kushida is the brand new junior heavyweight champion here in our New Japan Universe mode. And what a match that was. I mean, it was a great match already, but just the Ospreay-Kushida part at the end was absolutely fantastic. I really want to see that again, you know. I'd love to see Ospreay go one-on-one with Kushida, potentially at Dominion, but Ospreay will have to earn that match if he does want it. Look at that. Tornado DDC diving from the Tope Suicida. Boot to the head there by Kushida. I thought that was going to be enough earlier on, but it was a kick out by Ospreay. Springboard cutter as well. The maneuver that Jay Lethal has been using for many years. We thought that was going to be it, and it wasn't enough. It's just been a match of false finishes for me, I tell you. It's been absolutely incredible. But there we go. Kushida, crimson mask and all, is handed the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Well done, my lad. Well done. You've done well. You deserved it. We've got a brand new champion already in our Universe mode. Good times. Right, Kushida hold gold. But we've still got the main event. And here we go then. Here is the big one. Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada. The winner of this one, in a best out of 2-3 falls match, I should say. The winner of this one will get Minoru Suzuki at Dominion for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. So all up for grabs. Of course, Kenny Omega is already the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla Champion. And he'll be looking to add the IWGP Heavyweight Championship to that. He's going to have to defend it before then, though, isn't he? I think he's got 2 defenses before then, maybe even 3. The PWG defense, anyway, because we're going to be defending the PWG title at every single PWG show. We've got one scheduled in for next weekend. As I mentioned earlier in the week, we've got PWG Black Mass coming up where Kenny will be defending his Pro Wrestling Guerrilla Championship against Aleister Black. And then we're also going to have the week after that, I think, or the week after, we're going to have PWG's Mystery Vortex, where he'll be defending it twice in 2 days. So, well, depending if he beats Aleister Black, that is, of course. Okay, my TV's gone off. That's useful. I don't know if it's still... Yeah, you guys can still see it. My TV's gone off. I wasn't paying attention to the old electrical warnings. There we go. The whole... Oh, to save energy, we're going to turn your TV off. I obviously didn't notice those things coming up, so... Yeah, that was annoying. I've got my TV back on now, so I can see what's going on. You'd be glad to see we got the correct Okada back now. We've got the blonde hair and the shorts. It's always good to see. Nice knee straight in the spine of Omega before now wrenching back on the neck there by Okada. Okada now slowly trying to hold Omega down, but Omega's back up to his feet. Of course, best 2 out of 3 falls, remember, so it can't be won on a sneaky one. It has to be the best man to win. Omega dropping Okada to the outside. Omega boot right in the gut of Okada. What's he going for here? Omega now. Oh! Powerbomb onto the apron. I don't care who you are. That really hurts. Of course, the apron, as I've mentioned many times before, is the hardest part of the ring. That is where the steel framework that the ring is built upon is. So getting hit on that is being dropped on pure steel. The middle of the ring is nice wood springiness. The outside is absolutely solid. And that damage to Okada's back could really affect him. Especially later on in this match, as the referee is still counting both of these guys. Okay, Omega was able to get back in the ring. I thought we might have had a double count up for the first fall there for a second, but we managed to avoid that one. Omega now bringing Okada back up. And there is the sit-out powerbomb by Omega on Okada. Bringing Okada back up once again, but Okada now with the arm breaker on Omega. Nice overhand punch. Omega now dropping Okada to Okada now dropping Omega to the outside and brings him in. Vintage Orton there by Okada. I'm quite sure that really works that way, does it? Discus Lariat as well. Straight into a pin. 1, 2. Not quite enough. Okada thought he had it there, though. Similar style maneuver, of course, to his... what's the phrase I'm looking for? Rainmaker clothesline. There it is. Right on cue. Rainmaker clothesline by Okada. 1, 2, and no. Omega able to kick out. Of course, it would have been the end of the match anyway. It is best 2 out of 3 falls, so we would have had to pin him again. But either way, that was interesting. Okada now heading up to the top. Okada now in to the crossbody. Only enough for a 2 count though. Nice boot in the face there by Okada once again. Knee to the spine of Omega. And now just once again locking him in to that... it's not really a submission. It is a submission, but it's never one that's going to be severe enough to get the victory. I think my voice is getting a bit raspy now. I need a sip of my drink. 1 second. Good times. Been recording a lot at the moment. Because this new universe mode is really just... I've really done myself over with the amount of videos that I've got to do. I've had to really put in the work these first few days to get a lot of videos recorded. Especially if I'm going away at a weekend, it's a ton of video. I didn't even think about that. I mean, I can record enough videos to get me through, but if I go away for a week or so, I am really going to struggle getting the recordings done. Omega now dragging Okada along, but Okada with the elbow is right in the gut of Omega. Big elbow right in the underneath of the chin as well. Omega and a stiff right hand and a chop, and again, the referee is counting. Okada sending Omega in to the ring steps. I think the ref's up to a 6 count there, I think. Okada sending Omega into the ring post. Is Okada trying to get a... I think he is. Okada's trying to get a count out for the first fall. I think he's going to pull it off as well. He is. Okada gets a count out victory for the first fall after sending Omega into the ring post and the ring steps. It's 1-0 to Okada. Wow. Okada using some very questionable tactics there, but either way, he's got the first fall. Omega needs to beat him twice in a row now if Omega wants to get the victory here. Omega now taking Okada up. Looking for a powerbomb almost, but Okada managing to break free. Once again, he's not going to get a count out again, is he? Now, referee's up to a 4 now, and Omega takes his time getting back in the ring, but he does get there. Omega now sending Okada off the rope, springs him up and drops him face first into the mat. Omega now sending Okada once again, and again dropping him face first onto the mat. And the third time now, Omega this time sending him into the turnbuckle. Omega quite slow to build upon it, but he does take Okada. I hate this move on this game, I really do. But they seem to use it quite a lot. It's the super duper plex to the outside. Crash into the ground. I think that one should have a really high chance of getting a count out victory though, to be honest. Because it's a hell of a move. I don't know how much damage it does, but you can't capitalise upon it because it's on the outside. And I think it does use up your finisher manoeuvre as well. It's a special move, I think, isn't it? But Omega is going to go for the pin, but he's left Okada quite some time to recuperate. And Okada is able to kick out on the 2. Okada brought back up to his feet by Omega, who hits him with a clothesline and a second. Ducking the clothesline of Okada, into a super kick. Omega now standing moonsault. Backs away into the corner, potentially thinking ripcord. The V-trigger even. Ripcord is Seth's version, isn't it? There's the knee in the gut by Omega into the Famehouser. Bringing Okada back up to his feet now, up on the shoulders. Oh yes, he's going capture German. Oh, I love that move so much. I really do. One of my favourite manoeuvres, that is. Omega now rolling Okada over into the pin. He goes for the 1, the 2. No way, Okada just kicked out of that. Omega can't believe it. The PWG World Heavyweight Champion thought he had him there. But he's stalking once again. Omega up on the shoulders once again. This time hooking it into the one-wing angel. There's the pin. 1, 2... no, again! What on earth? Okada's not human, surely. Omega now bringing him back up. Sit-out powerbomb. How much more can Okada take without dropping a fall? This is crazy. And again, Omega going for it. Boom, sit-out powerbomb again. I was going to go for it a third time there, but Okada is back up on his feet somehow. Jim Cornette would hate how much he's no-sold those power bombs. Okada now stalking Omega. Omega fighting back though. Gets on the back of Okada once again. And there's another capture. German, this time Bridges. Surely that's going to be enough. What on earth? Okada kicking out once again. I can't believe what I'm witnessing here today. Omega went for an elbow drop. Okada avoided it. Now with the STO taking Omega down. Brings him back up to his feet once again. Okada looking for the tombstone. Wow. A boot right in the spine of Omega as well. Omega catches Okada up on the shoulders once again. One wing angel. Second time. Surely this time Okada's got to stay down. Holy fook. That was insane. How is Okada not staying down? Omega should have pinned him twice by now. He should have won the match, but Okada won't even stay down once. That's 2 captured Germans and 2 one-wing angels. And still, it's 1-0 to Okada. This is craziness. Okada now elbows into the gut of Omega. Omega booting the gut of Okada once again. Omega taking Okada up. There's an Ibushi bomb by Omega on Okada. And now looking for a gut wrench. Into a sit-out powerbomb. Keeps the grip for the pin. Surely this time again. Okada kicking out. I am just... This is just craziness. Running knee strike to the side of the face by Omega on Okada. Okada back up at his feet. There's the jawbreaker. Back elbow. And there he is. I wish it did the camera. That would be great if it did the actual camera cut. Nice senton there by Okada. Bringing Omega back up to his feet. Catches him. Rainmaker clothesline. Okada drops into the pin for the 1, the 2. And Omega kicks out this time. Oh my god. This has been such an amazing episode of New Japan. I am so enjoying this. I don't know why. It's exactly the same as what we were doing before, but it just feels better for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it just feels fresher and more entertaining and more exciting here. And the match quality between these two has been incredible. Neither of them want to give up. And look at that. The strength by Okada. Taking him from a Death Valley drive position into a powerbomb. And then dropping him into the turnbuckle and the buckle bomb. There's the discus lariat dropping Okada, dropping Omega. Now Okada once again stalking Omega. Omega fighting back on Okada though. Omega around the back of Okada now. Strong attacks both way. Omega taking Okada up. He's very close to the ropes. Then drops in one wing angel. Hooks the leg away from the ropes. 1, 2. And Omega finally gets a fall over Okada. It's 1-1. Next pinfall or submission or count out in some cases will win this match. It has been insane. One of my favourite matches so far on any of our universe modes. It's been so good. And it was always going to be one at Okada versus Omega. There's a superplex by Omega. Both guys struggling. But Omega is back up on his feet first. Standing moonsault on Okada. Brings Okada back up to his feet. Sent into the corner. Running knees right to the spine of Okada. Omega once again bringing Okada back up to seated base. And there's a boot straight across the spine. And Omega showing that he's thinking about things. I'm not quite sure what he's thinking about. But there's the pin. 1. Only a 1 count. Okada able to kick out. Omega now dropping the elbows right in the chest of Okada. Omega brings Okada back up to his feet. There's a stiff right hand. He's on the shoulders once again. Electric chair capture. German. 1, 2. Wow. This match has just been absolutely incredible. And it's a shame this wasn't the actual IWGP Heavyweight Championship match, isn't it? Because this has been stunning. This is the reason I do these sort of videos, for matches of this quality. Omega sending Okada straight back into the ring. Omega slowly back up to his feet. Okada slowly back up to his feet. Sorry, I'm getting lost now. It's getting so exciting. Strong right hands here by Omega, sending Okada off the far side. Running knee strike right in the gut by Omega. You see the toll this has taken on both of these men. Omega brings Okada back up to his feet into the turnbuckle. Oh, Okada with a back elbow. Stiff right hand, and out of nowhere into the Rainmaker clothesline. There's the pin. 1, 2. Oh, and Omega kicked out. What is going on? This is 6 stars all day of the week. Okada dropping a boot in the back of the arm of Omega. Omega's back up, stiff chop across Okada, boot in the gut as well. Into a rock bottom. We've seen a lot of rock bottoms over the last couple of days. Ring of Honor was full of rock bottoms as well. Omega now just stamping on the arm of Okada, causing damage. Standing moonsault. Omega, the Crimson Mask is dripping. It makes the match harder and harder for you. Omega's up high. Beautiful moonsault by Omega. There's the pin. 1, 2. Oh my god, he's done it. Kenny Omega's done it. Holy crap, what a match. What an incredible match. One of, I think, the best ever matches I've seen on this game. Quite easily, and it was absolutely incredible. And it was always going to be Okada versus Omega, wasn't it? I mean, that was just insanely good. Insanely good. And here was that, well, I can't even tell you what it was because there was so many of everything. That was the captured electric chair German suplex. Tombstone power driver. This is what caused the Crimson Mask of Kenny Omega. This was just one of the one-wing angels. It was just immense from start to finish, and Kenny Omega wins the match. Okada staying down. It's very tiring. It was a great match by both these guys. Okada's got nothing to be embarrassed about. Kenny Omega, absolute incredible victory. Now Kenny Omega is going to Dominion to face off for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Of course, our current Pro Wrestling Guerrilla Champion, of course, here as well, older Kenny Omega, and he'll be fighting for the #1 contendership for the AEW Championship this Sunday at All In. Well, there we go. What a match. What a show. That was the perfect start to our New Japan Universe, man. I'm so hyped for this. Of course, if you've enjoyed this first episode of the new season, then please do hit a like, and of course, subscribe if you're not already. If you've got this far, then surely I deserve it by now. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for our next episode of the Universe Mode. It will be the first episode of Lucha Underground.